Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Vuvu and this is Vuvu and this is Vuvu Reads. If you are new on here, please consider pressing the red subscribe button down below and joining the family. But if you are a returnee, an oldie, a member of the fam bam, welcome back fam, and thank you for joining me for yet another video. As the title suggests, I am bringing you a haul. This haul is filled with books that I bought for myself, books that I recently got from publishers, and that's about it. Okay, so if you are curious to see how that unfolds, please do stay tuned.
So Vuvu Reads is an amazing book reviewer, also YouTuber. She reviews books on YouTube, and if I'm not mistaken, she also has a blog as well. So please, if for your connection with literature, get in touch with or follow at VUVUVENA_reads. She is based in South Africa, and I think it is also extremely important to follow literary content creators who are based outside of the West and in continental Africa, because they do a really good job of bridging the gap.
We appreciate you, Vuvu, for bringing us Turning Pages and for bringing us your BookTube channel.
You know, this is a chance for people to actually see some people that I really enjoy.
Please consider pressing the red subscribe button down below, and if you're a returnee, welcome back fam.
Vuvu, you're amazing. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, let me start with the books I got myself. I think let me start with the books that I got myself, and then we will unfold. Yeah, I think that's better. So I got myself 5 books recently. Let me just show you the stack. So these are the books that I got myself recently. This is gonna be one of those larger hauls, right? There's a lot of books I need to get through, so I'm not gonna read a lot of the synopses because we can't be here for that long. So the first book that I got myself is Mr. Loverman by Bernardine Evaristo. I'm sure this needs no introduction. I've heard great things about it. I've been wanting to get my hands on it. So that's the first book that I got. Second book I got myself is the first book in Jane or J.D. Kiza's, I want to say it's going to be a romance trilogy. Right, she is based here in South Africa. So I got this one from Bargain Books. I got the other one from Bargain Books as well. I got this one from Bargain Books, and this is the Journals of The Beginning. I've been meaning to read her book. She is quite supportive on our platforms, especially during the sprints, so I wanted to give it a try. The publisher had reached out to me to give me her second book because they were out of the first book, so I was like, you know what, let me support a girl. Okay, let me buy the book. So I bought this one from Bargain Books. Like I said, it's probably top of my TBR for next month, so I can't wait to read that one. And then I got myself this copy of She Called Me Woman. This, from what I understand, is definitely a Cassava Republic book, but from what I understand, it's a collection of essays from the queer community in Nigeria. It was a recommendation from what's his name? His name completely left my mind. I forgot his name, but it was a recommendation from one of the authors that I interviewed, so it will definitely be something that I'm keen on, especially, yeah, it says Nigeria's Queer Women Speak, especially because there's a collection of short essays. It should be intriguing. Then I got myself Sarah J. Maas's Crescent City. No, I'm missing Crescent City. I don't have the first book. So I got myself House of Sky and Breath, which is the second book in the Crescent City series. So I still need to get book 1, but this one was going for a steal. I forget how much it was going for, but most of these books, or all of the ones that I'm showing you right now, I got from Bargain Books. So I got that one from Bargain Books. And the last book that I got myself is To Paradise by Hanya Yanagihira, author of A Little Life, which I'm going to be reading soon with Nontli. So that's the what's this thing, the last book that I got myself. So the books that I got from publishers, let me start with the one that I've already mentioned. So Tevisa, I want to say that's how you say the publicity house that is working with JD Kiza. So Tivisa Publicity sent me the second book in that series, which is The Journals of He, the continuance. The third book is not yet out, so I'm looking forward to gobbling these, but I'm just hoping that next year the third book is out, because if you know anything about me, you'll know that I enjoy my series in gulps. Okay, I want to be able to read them at a go. If I'm reading a series, that's all I'm dedicating myself to from start to finish. So this waiting isn't really not my jam. I'm gonna sample book 1 for you guys soon, so do look out for one of the Friday first chapter Friday sessions. I will definitely share that, I think, with you guys. So I don't know if it will help me reading the back of this one if I haven't read the back of the first one, so let me just skip this one for you guys. Okay. So then Penguin sent me 2 books. The first book that they sent me is Nothing More to Tell by M McManus. This is part of One of Us is Lying series, right? So I have book 1, which is One of Us is Lying. It was gifted to me. Okay, it's over there. I don't think, yes, you guys might be able to see it. It's there. It was gifted to me by charity, so I am missing One of Us is Next, 2 Can Keep a Secret, The Cousins, right? And You'll Be the Death of Me. So I think this is book 6 in the series, but I have seen that the series was on special at Reader's Warehouse, so I'm meaning to pick that one up. Like the... Okay, maybe I can just read the back for you guys quickly. It says, it's easy to see why Queen of Teen Crime M McManus is a bestseller on both sides of the Atlantic, says The Observer. True crime can leave a false trail. 4 years ago, Bryn left St. Ambrose School following the shocking murder of her favorite teacher. The case was never solved, but she's sure that the 3 kids who found Mr. Larkin's body know more than they are telling, especially her ex-best friend, Trip Talbot. Wow. He's definitely hiding something. When Bryn gets an internship working on a popular true crime show, she decides to investigate what really happened that day in the woods. But the further she dives into the past, the more secrets she finds. 4 years ago, someone got away with murder. Now it's time to uncover the truth. So that's that, and it's intriguing and it's crime, and you know my jam this year. I'm trying to get into more of that. The next book that I got was this one by Taylor Jenkins Reid, who needs no introduction. This one is called Carrie Soto is Back. Beth O'Leary says, a thrilling, joyful smash hit of a book. You will fall in love with Carrie. Okay, the back reads, Carrie Soto is fierce, and her determination to win at any cost has not made her popular. But by the time she retires from tennis, she is the best player the world has ever seen. She has shattered every record and claimed 20 slam titles. And if you ask Carrie, she is entitled to every one. She sacrificed nearly everything to become the best, with her father as her coach. Javier, a former champion himself, has trained her since the age of 2. But 6 years after her retirement, Carrie finds herself sitting in the stands of the 1994 US Open, watching her record being taken from her by a brutal, stunning British player named Nikki Chad. A 37-year-old Carrie makes the monumental decision to come out of retirement and be coached by her father for one last year in an attempt to reclaim her record. Even if the sports media say they never liked the battle axe anyway, even if her body doesn't move as fast as it did, and even if it means swallowing her pride to train with a man she once almost opened her heart to, Bowie Huntley. Like her, he has something to prove before he gives up the game forever. In spite of it all, Carrie Soto is back for one epic final season. In this riveting and unforgettable novel, Taylor Jenkins Reid tells her most vulnerable, emotional story yet. So that's that about Carrie Soto is back. And then I got I'm so excited. I got this copy of Wolf Song by TJ Klune from Pan McMillan, which the excitement. I've been meaning to try TJ's books. This is like what's the name? under the the house on the Cerulean Sea, right? That's the first one, but there's something about a door and something else. Okay, so those are the books that I've been meaning to look into, but they escaped my mind because your girl, oh, it's under the whispering door, because your girl is like okay, so this is apparently known as the Green Creek series. So the first one is Wolf Song. I understand that these are being reprinted, they are not new series, but the first one is Wolf Song, the second one is Raven Song, the third is Heart Song, and the last one is Brother Song. So the back reads, when I dreamed of him. Ox Matheson was 12 when his father taught him a lesson. Ox wasn't worth anything, then he left. Ox was 16 when the Benet family moved next door with a secret that would change him forever. For the family are shapeshifters, transforming into wolves at will. Ox is drawn to the friendship they offer and finds a particular ally in Joe, the youngest Benet boy. Joe is charming and handsome, but haunted by scars he cannot heal. Ox was 23 when murder came to town and tore a hole in his heart. Violence fled, tragedy split the pack, and Joe left town, leaving Ox behind. 3 years later, the boy is back, except now he's a man, and Ox can no longer ignore the song that howls between them. Okay then, I'm so ready. So the last part of of the haul is this bad boy, big bad boy from Jonathan Ball Publishers. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys saw the vlog already that came out last week for the Jonathan Ball event that I went to. So there were books for grabs, okay, and I'll show you the books that I grabbed and the other stuff that they put in this lovely tote bag for us. Let me just take out the books and then like share them from here. Okay. Okay, so first up is this one. This is Wayward, which is only coming out in February next year. So this is an ARC. It's by Emilia Hart, and the back simply reads, they tried to cage us, but a wayward woman belongs to the wild. We cannot be tamed. These are the kind of synopses I like. You know, you don't say too much, but say enough. Like, I'm sorry, excuse me. I'm so ready. So like I'm saying, this is coming out in February next year, and usually what happens with these covers, especially for ARCs, is that you will find that the actual cover that goes to stores is not going to be like this. So just bear in mind that it might not look like this. The next one that I picked up, I understand, is a sequel. It is called Black Girls Must Be Magic by Jane Allen, but the prequel is called, or the first book in the series is called Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. I understand that these books are available on Scribd as well, so I will definitely be listening to Black Girls Must Die Exhausted via Scribd, and if I really like it, I'm gonna buy it. Okay, I'm gonna buy it. And because I'm probably gonna buy it anyway, because I don't like having, like, my series must be complete, if you hear what I'm trying to say. So so that's that. And the back reads, for Tabitha Walker, her grandmother's adage, black girls must die exhausted, is becoming all too true. Discovering she's pregnant after she was told she may not be able to have biological children, Tabitha throws herself headfirst into the world of single mothers by choice. Between her job, doctor's appointments, and preparing for the baby, she's worn out, and that's before her boss at the local news station starts getting complaints from viewers about Tabitha's natural hair. When an unexpected turn of events draws Mark, her on and off again ex-boyfriend, back into her world with surprising demands, and the situation at work begins to threaten her livelihood and her identity, Tabitha must make some tough decisions about her and her baby's future. Bolstered by the fierce support of Miss Gretchen, her grandmother's best friend, the counsel of her closest friends, Lila and Alexis, and the calming presence of her doula, Anduela, Tabitha now finds a way to navigate motherhood on her own terms. Will she harness the bravery, strength, and self-love she'll need to keep the village together, find her voice at work, and settle things with Mark before the baby arrives? Okay, so that sounds interesting. I'm curious to find out what the first book was about, but that's what the back of this reads. The next book that I did pick up, this one came out in June, but this is still an arc, right? It came out in June this year. It's called The Final Strife. From what I see, oh well, yes, The Final Strife, and it says, will you rule the empire, right? It's by Sarah L. Afiri, and from what I'm seeing here, this looks like it's the start of a series. It says, will you rule the empire or destroy it, right? I love this cover. The Final Strife. Oh, I thought something was wrong with mine, but I don't feel like I should be reading more. We know that there's an empire, we know that there's gonna be a battle to the end for something, but it says the epic fantasy debut of the decade, the Actiba, is about to begin. Held once every decade, these are the trials that will determine the next rulers of the empire, the next wardens of the guilds of the strength, knowledge, truth, and duty. Scylla was born to win the trials. In an empire divided by blood, the cruel legacy of rulers flows in her veins, but rebellion is in her heart. And as the trials draw near, it's time for her to decide, will she rule the empire or destroy it? The Final Strife is the beginning of a revolutionary new epic fantasy trilogy inspired by Ghanaian folklore and Arabian myths. Say less. Okay. Is exciting. Okay, the second last book that I picked up was The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. Okay, I'm trying to read the synopsis right, not just the acclaim. It says, Florence Day is a ghostwriter with one big problem. She's supposed to be penning swoon-worthy novels for a famous romance author, but after a bad breakup, Florence no longer believes in love, and when her strict but undeniably hot new editor, Benji Andor, refuses to give her an extension on her book deadline, Florence prepares to kiss her career goodbye. When tragedy strikes and Florence has to head home, the last thing she expects to see is a ghost at her front door. Not just any ghost, however, but the stern form of her still very hot, yet now unquestionably dead new editor. Hey boy, I thought this was a romance. As sparks start to fly between them, Florence tells herself she can't be falling for a ghost, even an infuriatingly sexy one. Hi, Bonina. But can Benji help Florence to realize love isn't dead after all? What is the meaning of this? The Dead Romantics. I wasn't ready for that synopsis. Okay, the last book is The American Roommate Experience by Elena Armas, author of the Spanish Love Deception. So the thing is, I don't know if this is a sequel. It might be, but I will read you the back. I haven't heard much about the Spanish Love Deception, but the little that I have heard is not good report. But you know, the thing that I always say about books is always go against any review that you hear. You should definitely always experience a book for yourself, especially one that you are keen on. So cancel the noise, do it for yourself. Okay, so this is the last book that I am showing you guys, and it says sometimes love just needs a little inspiration. Rosie Graham has a problem, a few actually. First, she quit her well-paid job to focus on her secret career as a romance writer, only to enter a creative slump. Then the ceiling of her New York apartment falls in. To make matters worse, when she heads to her best friend's apartment, she finds that Lena has already lent the studio to her cousin Lucas, who Rosie has been, for lack of a better word, stalking on Instagram. When Lucas suggests that they share the small space, Rosie discovers that he strolls around the place in a towel, has a distracting grin, an irresistible accent, and cooks meals that are just as tempting. Then he learns about Rosie's writer's block and proposes an outrageous idea. He'll take her on a series of experimental dates to reignite her literary muse. This shouldn't be a problem because Lucas's stay in New York also has a deadline, but she might find it hard to write now. The research is so much more fun. Elena Amos is the undisputed queen of slow burn, steamy, delicious, swoony rom-coms. Reading The American Roommate Experience was one of the best spent hours of my life. Eli Hazelwood, best-selling author of The Love Hypothesis, says this about this book. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the actual books, but I want to show you what was in the bag. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? Okay, in the bag we have a water bottle. This one is talking about Before It Ends With Us, It Starts With Atlas. So this is from the Colleen Hoover book, right? We have a coaster. This coaster is branded with the Jonathan Ball logo, and I think I'm gonna put it by my reading corner. It only makes sense, okay? And I do need a coaster there. We've got some tissues. These are also branded with Colleen Hoover stuff. These ones are Verity, so special collection with exclusive new chapters. Okay, I think this is the cover of Verity. And we also have a bookmark, okay, Sally Rooney, Conversations with Friends, and then it has Beautiful World, Where Are You, by Sally Rooney at the back as well. And then we've got some Jonathan Ball tabs, which are cute. I absolutely love this. So we've got some tabs, and we have some highlighters, Jonathan Ball highlighters as well, which I will definitely be using. And then it's heart-shaped, which is quite cute as well, okay? And then yeah, that's all. The last thing in here was just from my friend, so that's all from the bag. And we also got the bag, which every book lover needs, okay? And that brings me to the end of this haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this. All in all, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 books hauled during this video. And if you are curious about any of them, if you've read any of them, if you are meaning to read any of them, do engage me in the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I love you so very much for choosing me. Bye now.